Hello, hi everybody.
Hey
Let me just share
everyone.
my screen. Hi everybody, welcome to our webinar. Feel free to say hi on the chat. Maybe tell us where you guys are tuning in from. We'd always love to know that kind of stuff. So we're probably going to wait a couple of seconds before we get started officially, just to see if anybody's going to trickle in. Hello. Wow, tuning in from Nashville. Nice. So Angela and I are located in Canada. Brazil. Amazing. It's always so cool to see people tuning in from around the world. Wow, New Zealand.
That's nice.
Okay, sounds good. We will keep that chat going, but let's get started on our webinar because we do have quite a bit to cover today. So, welcome everybody to our live training and our new feature showcase. I'm pretty excited about this webinar because we have some new features that we announced a few weeks ago, and we'll be touching more on that today. But essentially, the gist of this webinar is we're going to be tutorialing you on how to create dashboards with Bricks AI. So, hi, my name is Casey. I am your webinar host for today, and I'm also the design lead at Bricks. And together I'm joined with my colleague here, Anshul, who's the product and engineering lead at Bricks. And we'll basically be going through this webinar, teaching you how to create a dashboard, giving you insight onto Bricks, and then hopefully answering any questions that may come up throughout this webinar. What we'll cover today is we'll first get started with a step-by-step tutorial on how to create a dashboard from raw data set, and then we'll also do a live demo. During that live demo, you'll also have the opportunity to see those new product features that I mentioned earlier on that we're super excited to show you. And we'll also, towards the later end of the webinar, give you a glimpse of what is coming up in our product roadmap. So please do stay tuned till the end if you'd like to know more. At the very, very end, we'll have Q&A session where we'll tackle most of the questions. But if you do have any other questions, please feel free to drop them in the chat because we will be monitoring as we go. So just to give you a quick intro about Bricks, especially for those who don't know us. So Bricks is essentially your AI data analyst tool that can help you create dashboards and reports from your raw data set in seconds with Bricks AI. So if you're already in the data visualization analyst space, you might be exposed to certain products that have a steep learning curve. They're a bit complex to use. You might also need to leverage other softwares like design softwares to polish your dashboard and make it publish ready to other people. Essentially, Bricks is all of those all in one, and we really built Bricks with ease of use at top of mind. So we made it super simple, as you'll be able to tell in our live demo shortly how easy it is. We also have really great visuals. We have pre-built themes that you can toggle on and off. We also enable manual customizations, which Andrew will be showing you shortly. And we have some powerful data support, so you can leverage our AI model to modify your data, manipulate your data how you see fit. And as I mentioned, it's so easy, anyone can do it. It will be 4 to 5 simple steps that I will be showing you in the next slide. So, how to create a dashboard. If you haven't signed up for Bricks already, you can just hop onto our marketing website, thebricks.com, and sign up for a new account. Once you've signed up, you're going to hit our home screen and you'll see the section to the right here, and you just need to click Dashboard and Report. Once you've clicked Dashboard and Report, you'll be prompted by our product to upload your data. So we support a number of formats, CSV, XLSX, PDF, and images as well. And our AI model is able to interpret that for you. But we do want to disclaim, because we get this question a lot, that your data is fully encrypted, private, and secure according to industry leading data protection measures. Because we really do value our privacy and security, please be assured your data will never be used to train AI models. Once you've uploaded your data, Bricks essentially starts working its magic, does all the heavy lifting for you, and goes straight away creating a fully interactive, beautiful, customizable dashboard for you. So as you can see on this image here, I started with this very simple table column table, and then it transitioned into its initial output, which is this dashboard, where you can modify, you can see a bunch of different charts, KPIs, reporting insights, which is actually my favorite feature because our AI model is able to pick up data trends and then put them as a paragraph format here, and data tables. So it can be any combination of these. Once you have that initial output, you might want to go in and then start editing and customizing your dashboard as you see fit. So as you can see on the screenshot, all of these different blocks are customizable. You can go in and they have their own menus where you can change the style, change the chart. Angela will be showing you that shortly as well. Otherwise, you can also make some edits and customizations through AI. So you can prompt AI with questions on how on manipulating your data, or you can ask AI to help you add different charts and blocks. It really depends on what works for you. Once you have a polished, published ready dashboard, you can share it. So we have a couple options of Bricks. You can either download the file locally as a PDF or PPT, or you can share, sorry, you can share a public link. So what a public link is, when you publish to web a Bricks file, anybody who has access to that particular has access to a web browser will be able to enter that URL, and they'll be able to see the Bricks file, even if they aren't a Bricks user. Alternatively, you can also present directly in Bricks, which is what I'm doing right now with this particular slide deck. I don't have a local file, which is super handy. So without further ado, I'm going to pass it over to Anshul to show you the live demo, because that is the best way to show you how easy it is to create a dashboard. But just a quick reminder to please do drop in any questions into the Zoom chat. As I mentioned, we'll keep trying to answer them as we go along. We'll also share a poll, but most likely after the live demo. So please keep your eyes peeled for that. All right, over to you, Anshul.
Awesome. That's great, Casey. Let me share my screen. Yeah. Is my screen visible?
Yep, I can see it.
Great. Thank you so much, Casey, for such a great introduction. I think you covered basically how we can create dashboard in Bricks. Let me quickly demo it, how easy it is, exactly how Casey has described in the introduction. So once you land to the home page, you will see a lot of different options to create dashboard and report. I will quickly show you one of the options where I will be first importing my data. Now you can import XLSX, CSV. You can also add your PDFs or images, and we'll be extracting tables from your documents. For a quick demonstration, I'll be uploading one of my sample data set. As you can see, this data set is mainly about unicorns. What is the valuation of that unicorn? When did a company become a unicorn? What are the investors and which locations are they present in? Now the data is very simple. All I need to do is now go over here, open my chat box, and just click on create dashboard. There are other options as well. I can go and create dashboards from here as well. I just hit that button, and now our AI has started figuring out, understanding your data, what are the insights present in your data, how to interpret your data, how to create a story out of data, and then how to visualize it in the form of dashboard or a beautiful report. Consider it to be a digital assembly line. So it's not just one AI agent which is trying to figure out everything. There are multiple AI agents who are trying to figure out. As you can see, charts have already started popping out, but one AI agent is trying to understand your data. Another AI agent is trying to figure out which chart will best describe your data. Third AI agent is trying to understand the trends and insights from your data. For example, oh, like I have created this chart, like what are the trends? What are the anomalies? What are the contradictions in this particular data? Yet one AI agent is trying to figure out everything. The last AI agent is now trying to summarize your dashboard. It is trying to create a summary for your dashboard. And the fifth AI agent will basically lay out your dashboard and report in the best possible manner. So now the dashboard has been generated. As you can see, it hardly took, I don't know, maybe 1 or 2 minutes of time to get to this particular dashboard. And you can see it has created all the KPIs, like important metrics from your data, multiple charts, and charts are also various types: bar charts, pie charts, line charts, and so on. Within every chart, you can also see some insights. Now, based on this particular chart, for example, AI was able to understand there was a massive spike in 2021, followed by a sharp decline in 2022. So it can understand how your data behaves in real time. Now, once the dashboard has been generated, once if all the insights have been generated, you are free to customize your dashboard. But before we move on to that particular aspect, let me quickly show you some other things. Theming is one important aspect where you would want to maybe make it look a little bit more professional, or look it a little bit more energetic. So for example, you can quickly change the themes, and all of my dashboard colors have been updated just by a single click of a button. This is my personal favorite, the professional theme. It looks much more elegant. It has a um, very I'll say sharp contrast between the colors. It just looks so professional. Now once the theming has been done, once you figure out that okay, my dashboard is completed, as Casey had mentioned in the introduction, it's very easy to share with any of your colleagues or members of your organization. All you have to do is just put in their name. For example, I'll just put in my personal email over here, click on invite. And now the file has been shared with me with as from my email address. Other options are you can also just share it with a person with a link, and anyone who has access to this link will be able to access this file. You can also export it as PDF and PPTX. PPTX is customization in case you really want to demo and you want to do some modifications after the dashboard has been created, you can do it. PDF will work best if you just need to just email the file, or you can always create a public link and anyone on the internet will be able to see your dashboard. So, so yes, this is how easy it is to just create your dashboard. And we can now move on to the next phase of actually customizing and editing the dashboard.
Yeah,
So
sorry, Anshul. So just a
yes,
quick question because we had a few questions actually come in.
that's amazing.
Yes, it would be great if you could showcase maybe how you can manipulate data because I do see Peter also asked that question, how we can clean data before making that into a dashboard.
Absolutely,
Hmm.
absolutely. So as I shown you earlier, it's very easy to just import your data. I did not start creating the dashboard unless I had seen my data. So it's not just about seeing your data. This data where you are able to import your, or the place where you are able to import your data is a complete AI spreadsheet. So you're free to edit the data manually. For example, I can just come and edit the data manually over here, or you can do any sort of data cleaning and manipulation with the help of AI over here. Everything is available manually, but feel free to change any of the data. Now here, for example, I wanted to, I'll say convert column valuation, I'll say valuation to pounds. Now, I'm not giving any conversion rate as of now. Maybe I will be able to figure out, but these are the very things which we can easily do. For example, over here, it is asking me for the exchange rate, and I will just say 1:2 for now. Okay, so it's very easy to now clean up your data, modify your data even before you start creating your dashboard. And you can also specify actually in the chat what type of dashboards do you want. Over here, I just converted my data over here. You can modify the existing column as well. Now, once the data cleaning has been done, you can say create a dashboard. I'll say from table 01, that's the table which I had imported. And you can say maybe focus on investors, for example. Now, what I'm trying to do is my focus. As an investor, maybe I don't want to focus much on the company or the exact valuation cost, but I'm more focused on the investors, like how much investors they have done in a particular country, how much investment they have done in number of companies, for example. So now once I understand my intention, I can easily point that thing in my AI prompt, and AI will be able to then generate the dashboard according to this prompt.
Yeah,
Okay.
that's very cool. Yeah, I also personally like using the AI prompts a bit more just because I get a more refined output usually when I use the chat. But yeah, there's multiple ways that you can do that.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Okay. Now moving on to the next part, as we have been saying, as Casey also mentioned in the introduction, that the dashboard is completely interactive and customizable. Interaction you have already seen. We can have the all the charts are visually interactive, so you can basically hover on it, change the values, understand the value in a much better manner. Now there are various ways in which you can customize your dashboard. Now, one of the ways I will quickly show, the all the blocks are actually customizable in the sense that they can be resized, For example, I just wanted to make sure this one looks fine. I just wanted a little bit more space over here. I wanted to prioritize this one. Let me move this particular chart right at the top. And I'll always have an option to generate the insight over here from here, but let me see if the insights were already generated. I'll just move it over here. Okay, so this is how easy it is to move around your blocks. You can always add empty blocks. For example, you wanted to create some sections. You can just add it manually. You can just call it a section one and so on. So everything is customizable. You can add more blocks if needed, or you can edit existing blocks if required. Now, another important thing is, yes, the charts have been created by AI, but are they really customizable? Like, can I quickly change if I needed to make any changes to my chart? Absolutely. All you need to do is, I'll show both the options. Like, for example, manual, you can just go to edit, and instead of bar chart, you can always pick a line chart, for example, over here. Here, you will be able to see all the options, what we offer in Bricks, the type of charts which we offer over here. So once, for example, you have done your changes as far as the layouting is considered, you can also change the colors. So feel free to update the colors over here. It's not just the color modifications. You can, for example, apply colors to your labels. You can do a lot of filtering over here as well. Maybe you don't want to consider all the, I'll say industry over here. So maybe you can just filter out some of the industries. Okay, and and the filter will get applied over here. So once that is done, another thing is, now the question arises, yes, I can do it manually, but I'm just more comfortable using AI as the interface. So can I create a chart, or can I edit a chart with the help of AI? So what you can do, for example, you can always say create a chart, between I'll say country versus number of unicorns, let's say. Now, maybe this particular chart was already covered, doesn't matter. I think as you can see, it's already covered, but I'm just showing it for the demonstration that you can actually write any prompt over here. AI will have access to your data, and it will be able to generate output according to your need. So as you can see, we are able to generate this particular chart. Now I can also try updating the chart from here. You can say update it to be a line chart, for example. Now, that's why every modification which you are doing with the help of AI is very, as you can see, it's very much fast. It was done in a split of seconds, and the whole bar chart got converted to a line chart. So feel free to interact with AI, and whatever requirements you have, you can always put in over here so that you don't have to learn about all the UI elements offered in the product.
Yeah.
Now, yes, Casey?
Absolutely. Sorry, Anshul. I think you're actually about to say this. So I would love to like show some of our audience how we would kind of customize the dashboard to a specific branding, because we did have a couple of questions as well about adding company logos
That's
and yeah.
Yes, so all of these things are very much possible. Yes, I think making your colors customized according to your brands, I think is very important. And as I had earlier was mentioning that you can actually add any of the blocks over here. Let me quickly add an image. And just for the demonstration, let me add Prix logo here. So as you can see, adding a logo is very straightforward. All you need to do is just click on the image block and upload your logo over here. Once this is done, it's not just about adding the logo. You can actually customize all the blocks according to your business needs. For example, I just want to make it as colorful gray, or as I had mentioned, all the charts are also customizable. You can just update it to a specific color. You can also highlight a particular bar, for example. So everything is customizable, and all the colors. Now, all the color updates can also be done with the help of AI as well. You just need to specify, like, update my bar chart in a warm color, in a cool color, or in the shades of blue, and all the dashboards will get updated. So as you can see, the whole dashboard is customizable. Let me quickly show the background color as well. So here, as might not be the best color over here, but just for the demonstration purpose, everything is customizable according to your brand. Like the colors, the bar chart, everything will get updated according to your needs.
Nice. This looks like Home Depot color, Angela. I think it was a good choice.
That's nice.
Yeah. We have quite a few questions, so maybe we can start tackling them because for the next section, we will be talking a bit more about our new features. So
Definitely.
we can answer some of these now. So Thomas asks, what AI model are you using? Is there an option to use an API so we can use our own model? I think, Angela, you might have already touched on that when the dashboard was generating, but if you have
Yes.
anything to add on.
So exactly, Thomas. That's a great question.
Hmm.
As I was saying that we are not relying on one AI agent. We have different AI agents working on multiple different things, understanding the data, chart creation, insights generation, layouts generation, and so on. So we do not use one model because each model has their own strengths as possible. So we are, for example, for few cases, we are trying to use OpenAI models. For some of the cases, we are trying to use Gemini. For some, we are trying to use anthropic models as well. So depending on what thing we are doing, for example, even it also depends on your data. If your data is complex, then we will switch to another model. So we have done extensive engineering to optimize this particular workflow for you, that all you need to do is just bring your data and we will create visualizations on top of your data.
Yes, absolutely. And I also think in that same vein, we do have a lot of other questions about connecting to other databases and basically connectors. I would
Yeah.
say we will be touching on that in the product roadmap pipeline shortly. So please hold on that because we will be showing that soon. Um, Krishna asks, can we create a dashboard template for regular reporting? I actually think that's a perfect segue because we are going to be talking about our new features that were very newly launched, literally, I think last week, if I'm not mistaken. So maybe we can start with our first one, which is dashboard refresh. Angela, if you could demo that.
Absolutely. So I
Hmm.
think as Casey is saying, last week we released quite a lot of new features and we have been receiving a lot of requests that yes, I have created my dashboard. It looks superb, but my data keeps on changing every day, or I need to keep on adding to my data every day or every week or every month and so on. Now, how do I update the dashboard once my data is updated? So you don't have to do anything special. All you need to do is just update your data. And now we have released the feature where your dashboard will get automatically updated. Let me quickly show it to you. For example, in this dashboard, you can see like all the charts are have been displayed properly. Now I'll just go ahead and modify some of the values manually. Just for the demonstration purpose, I'm just making it very high by dance valuation. And as you can see, the all the charts have been updated with this particular manual change. I just updated one of the value. I did not have to do anything, and all the charts have been updated with that particular value. Like the valuation has gone to it to like whatever number I put in over there. Now it's not just about changing the values. One more important factor which I can actually show over here is, for example, this Excel investor had 64 investments in the unicorn companies. I can quickly show how our product actually is able to understand the changes in the data. Now I just added Excel over here. Now let's see if the app was able to understand. Yes, over here, as you can see now, Excel has 65 investments overall. So as and when you are changing the data, the dashboard will get updated, and that's what is like real-time update of the dashboard. You just need to modify your data and get it done. Now, of course, manually editing I had shown you, but many times it's about the import of data. You had imported your data. Now you want to keep on updating your data. For example, you have a bank statement for the month of January to October. Now you received one more bank statement for the month of November. You just wanted to add it to your existing data set and let AI understand your new data set and update the dashboard. So let me quickly showcase that use case as well. So this is a pre-generated dashboard which I had already generated. I'll quickly show the data set. The data set is very simple. It's about sales of different types of cookies for the month of January till I'll say March. Yeah, if I'm not wrong, it's till March. Now, as you can see, the dashboard is about this particular data. The units sold is around 129K. You can see for in this particular chart, which is the sales trend from the month of January to March. Now, let me quickly see how can I update more data, or how I can add more data over here. All you need to do is click on actions. These are very recent workflows which we have introduced in the product. You can see various options over here. One of the options is add to table. I already have my April month's data available with me. I'll just click on that and import it. As you can see, the data got appended to an existing table. I did not have to do anything manually. All the new data got appended to the existing table. Now let us go to the dashboard and see whether the data has been updated. Absolutely. As you can see in this particular chart, earlier my data set was only till March, and now I can see my April's data as well. All the charts have been updated with new data set. The total units sold also got updated to 155K from 120K earlier. So all the dashboard, everything will get updated according to your new data set. And that's how it's so easy now to keep your dashboard up to date with your latest data.
Yeah, definitely. And I think we basically introduced these features because they were quite popular requests from our users, and we really do want to make it easy for that post-processing for you guys. So these features are definitely something that we suggest you play around with and try out. Aside from that, we also did launch filters, Anshul. So I think it would be great to show that.
So that's an amazing feature, and that's, I think,
Hmm.
the most sought after feature for a lot of users. Once the dashboard has been generated, you will see a bottom view over here where we have introduced add filters. Now, again, once you click on add filters, AI is trying to understand your data and trying to figure out the best possible filters, slicers, drill down, whatever you may call it. What are the filters what I can apply on this data set? You can see all the new filters have now been displayed at the top of my dashboard. Now let's assume I just, it's so easy to just select or deselect, and all the new, I'll quickly show it over here. I just selected one more, and you can see it's everything is happening in real time. All you need to do is just keep on drill down whatever data you need to understand, just select those things. And these are all multi-level filters. So for example, you can always say that I don't want chocolate chip cookie. As you can see, the data is getting updated for the states of California and Nevada. Now, everything is customizable over here. You can always let AI to delete a particular filter. You can always delete, for example, you don't want this filter. You can reset the filters again over here, and the dashboard will go to your original state. Now once the filters have been applied, now there is a very common question that if I export it as PDF, what will happen? Will those filters be applied? Absolutely. So you can actually create multiple versions of your dashboard based on your filters. So for example, you wanted to create dashboard for all of your different clients. You can just select one of the clients in as a filter. You generate a dashboard for one of the client. Then you select one more client and then generate, and then just click on export to export the dashboard for that particular client. So that's how easy it is to now use filters in Breaks for these specific dashboards.
Cool. And it sounds like we can access filters either via the AI chat or by clicking that button that you clicked, right, Anshul?
Exactly.
Mm-hmm.
With AI chat as well, I think if I can show it on a new data set, for example, this one, you can always say add filters to this dashboard. Basically, it's an AI first product. So anything, whatever is possible to be done with any of the UI buttons, we are trying hard to make it available with the help of AI so that you don't have to learn any of the new tools over here. As you can see, I just added the command and AI was able to add filters over here.
Yeah, it's great that we have both. Both, honestly, it depends on your particular workflow, so it's great. Uh, I think this is the first time we've had this in the webinar, but Michael has raised his hand. I'm not sure if you're able to speak, Michael, but if you'd like to, you can ask our question live. Let's see. Michael, the floor is yours if you'd like to say something.
Hello, hello, please, can you hear me?
Yes, we can. Do you have a question, Michael? Oh no, looks like the connection isn't too good. That's no worries, Michael. If you know what your question is, feel free to drop it in the chat and then we will answer that afterwards. So, alrighty. Then I think we can definitely hop on to our next feature. So we have one last new feature to show you, which is reusing dashboard and templates. And I think that answers Thomas's question and Krishna's question. So
Awesome.
yeah.
That's great. Yes. So, exactly. Many times you always feel like, yes, I have created the dashboard for one specific use case, and I want to keep on using the same dashboard for my different data set. As I was asking about the clients, of course, you can use filters, but let's assume you also wanted to share file with those clients. So you really needed to create dashboard once and then keep on reusing the same dashboard for multiple data points. Now, when I'm saying keep on reusing the dashboard, basically you are creating it as a template, and you will be able to keep your configurations as I'll be demoing it now. So as you had seen, I'll just quickly make some edits so that we can understand it's exactly the same dashboard which we are trying to use. I'll just quickly make some modifications over here. Okay, so now let's assume I have added more charts, I have finalized this particular dashboard, and now everything looks and works perfectly fine according to my expectation. Now, this, as you can see, the data was the US location, and also wanted to understand how my cookies were being sold in the location of UK, for example, United Kingdom. All I need to do is I'll go to the dashboard, and again, one more action items. What you can see over here is the reuse dashboard. Reuse dashboard as template. You need to just click on that, and here I have my data available where the schema, the structure of my data remains exactly the same. It's only the locations which are getting changed. I'll just click on that. And now AI is able to understand that you have only changed your data. You wanted to keep your schema and the configuration of your dashboard exactly same. I can quickly show it to you as well, comparing the two dashboards, but everything will remain same. Your chart configuration, your insights. In fact, whatever insights you have added manually, for example, in the previous dashboard, all those insights will still be considered by AI, and only the data points will be updated. Now, as you can see over here, all the locations have now been updated for the UK location. These are all the locations from UK. And in fact, all the insights, so all the insights are still the same. It's just that the numbers have been changed, the values have been changed, but the gist of the insights will always remain the same. So even if you have done any manual changes to the insight, AI will be able to understand that and keep those context and references for you. Now, as you can see, even the customizations what I had done are carried forward. So for example, you have a designer in your team who would want to design very beautiful, like Casey designs very beautiful dashboards internally in Bricks and the whole product as well. So it's very easy for a designer to now come to the Bricks, just make some changes, adjustments, update your design, and now as a user, you'll be able to just reuse those dashboards for any of your use cases. So that's how it's easy to just now reuse your dashboard for multiple data points, multiple data sets.
Yeah, absolutely. And actually, I would also love to show maybe how we could create a dashboard from multiple files. I think that would be a nice segue.
Got it. Okay, that's a very frequently asked question, Casey. So
Hmm.
let me quickly show it to you. I'll just
Yeah.
start from scratch. So I'll just import my data. For example, I wanted to create a dashboard for January, March, and April, where I have these two data points in two different files. So I've just imported my data. All I need to do is import my another set of data in the same file. So all you need to do is just click on import to the current file. This is a very important thing. Otherwise, the import will happen in the new file. You just import this data set over here. Now, as you can see in this particular file, I have two data sets. One is between January to March, the same data set I have been using for the demo, and I have for the April's data set. All you need to do is now click over here. You can say create a dashboard from table 01. Now everything, as you can see, all your data points are encapsulated under a table, and tables are first class citizens because it's just easier for AI to look at your tables, look at your columns, and then understand your data structure and data content of your tables and table 02. So once you do that, AI will be able to understand that you really want to create dashboards from table 01 and table 02. These could be same data with different dates, or they could be independent data. It's like maybe they have one common value such as product, and one is about the location, one is about the marketing, for example, and AI will be able to understand that you are just trying to create dashboards, keeping different aspects of your data. Otherwise, it's another workflow which we have created is you can always click on multi-sheet dashboard generation as well, and you can choose which sheets you want to generate. So once you have imported the data, you can always select the sheet from which you wanted your dashboard to be created. And you just had to click on generate dashboard. So this is how it's so easy and so comfortable to create dashboards from multiple data points, multiple files, multiple sheets. All you need to do, it's always easy to just write it in plain prompt, plain English as a user prompt over here.
Yeah, absolutely. Thanks for that, Anshul. There are some other questions from about other subject matters, so I'll start tackling some of them. So what if you already created the dashboard and then you want to change focus? I think, Ilana, your question is more about if you've already created a dashboard and maybe you want to change the subject matter. I believe that's what you mean. I think there are a couple ways you can do that. You can either leverage the AI chat, maybe entering some prompts to reconfigure specific blocks on your dashboard. You can also always generate your own another dashboard from your new data. As Anshul has demoed, it's super quick and easy, so it wouldn't be too much of an extra time needed. But yeah, I think that Anshul, if you have anything else to add.
Absolutely. No, Casey, exactly. I think
Mm.
you covered all the points. But as I was showing, it's not the click of the buttons which you need to worry about in Bricks. I think everything is controlled with the help of AI chat. All you need to do is just specify your intention, what you really want to do, even before the dashboard has been created. You just import your data and just type your prompt over here with your requirement. For example, over here, I can quickly say keeping investors as the main focus over here, and AI will be able to understand like this is the intention of yours, and AI will be able to create dashboard according to your intention and requirements.
Yeah, absolutely. And we don't have time to showcase this feature, but within our advanced mode, we also have the ability to edit prompts and to really refine your prompts to make sure you're getting the dashboard you need. Yes, so if you have the time, please do click where Anshul is pointing at right now and try it out for yourself in product. And that way you can really edit how you see fit. So Mark asked, can the AI highlight any anomaly in the table or data like empty cells or date or figures issues so you can move to those cells and correct same? I think maybe Andrew, you can take this one.
Can you repeat the question one more time, please?
Yeah, can the AI highlight any anomaly in the table or data like empty cells or date or figure
Yes.
issues so you can move to those cells and correct them?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yes. I think it's very easy. As I was saying, the whole data is not a static data and it's a complete AI spreadsheet in itself. So AI is able to understand your data, and you can always say, like, for example, if I have a misspelling, Washington, for example, I can always say like correct all the mistakes in state, for example. And let's see, AI will be able to understand. I mean, here I was very vague and generic statement, but you can go into more specific statements over here where you can specifically say remove all the empty rows, remove the values. Over here, for example, it was able to understand my Washington was not correctly formatted, and it formatted the data. So all the cleaning and all the modifications you wanted to do, AI will have access to all of your data, and it will be able to execute on your requirement.
Yes, absolutely. Okay, so I think we will need to move on to the next section of our webinar because we're getting close to the end.
Yeah.
I didn't realize time flies. So let me just share really quickly my screen again. So our product roadmap is what we like to chat about. I think, Angela, you'll also be taking this to give a sneak peek of what's coming up.
Yes, so I think we have already shown you all the latest features which we have released in the past 1 or 2 weeks, and these are all the features which we are currently working on. So I've shown you how you can brand your dashboard, but many times you also have requirement. I do want to save these colors, or I do want to make sure that any dashboard which I generated will always have my logo for that particular, for any of the dashboards. So these are the features where we are working on, where you can easily save your colors. You can actually upload your existing slides, dashboard, or report with all your colors, your brand colors, and we will be able to extract the colors and then save the colors for you. Now, so that's about the dashboard branding. Data connectors, I think this is one of the most asked features from our users, from all of our enterprise users as well. So we are currently working on this. You will soon have connectors, data connectors available in the product. Google Sheets, relational databases, MySQLs, for example, all these different types of databases are the first priority. And then you let us know what is your requirement for data connectors, maybe on the chat, or maybe we'll try to prioritize those particular data connectors in the product as well.
Yeah, so we've
Uh,
actually gotten a couple of like chat input about Oracle, Opera, PMS, BigQuery. So yeah, all of these, feel free to keep popping them into the chat and we'll definitely make a note of it.
Definitely. Now, apart from the data connectors, which are like the input pipeline, there is another pipeline which we are currently working on is to support API. So you will be able to basically create your dashboard and reports from any of your internal tools just by calling the Bricks API. All you need to do is just upload your data and hit an API to create the dashboard, and API will be able to return a PDF or an embeddable version of the dashboard to your particular workspace. So these are some of the important features which we are currently working on. Keep an eye on our releases, and you'll be able to get some updates on what's happening new in Bricks.
Yes, absolutely. Thanks, Anshul. So I'm gonna also take this time to, before we hop into the Q&A, quickly show you just like a couple of examples that are some of our Bricks users have very gracefully and graciously showed us. So this one is about the Canadian labor market dashboard, and this is a really interesting dashboard because it is a use case that we commonly don't see within Bricks. But as you can tell here, they started off with this really simple kind of column data table, and they were able to create this as a result of the 2021 census. This user definitely did customize it, and I really do like that they created their own kind of like, they asked AI to create their own overall dashboard insights and really branded it to, I guess, the subject matter that they're working with. And then this other one that I want to show, it's kind of similar. They did leverage one of the themes that we use and have within Bricks. I think it's the creative theme. But yeah, it's similar. They have some overall dashboard insights generated by AI, some key insights, and all, as you can tell from Anshul's demo as well, all of these are basically interactive and customizable, and they've really made use of that customization features.
I do see some customizations in the text block as well, so that's really cool.
Right, yeah, I think this one is our quote feature, so it's really nice that they did that call out here. So, Q&A. So we have a couple of minutes. Hopefully we can try to tackle some of these. So let me just open back up the chat. Let's see. So Mark asked, can you share a cheat sheet for the initial steps that Casey discussed in the intro? To answer that, yes. We don't exactly have a formal cheat sheet that we can share, but after this webinar, we will be sending an email with the webinar recording. So Mark, you can feel free to refer back to that recording if you want to see how to create a dashboard yourself. Let's see. Does it matter if I have some formulas at all? From Martin. I'm not too sure.
So, as I mentioned, Martin, it is a complete AI spreadsheet. So feel free to import your Excel
Right.
spreadsheet over here. And even if you have some formulae, we will be able to understand those formulae and calculate the values for you. You can also, for example, ask AI to generate some formulae and work with those as in you will do in any AI spreadsheet. So everything is
Mm-hmm.
customizable according to your needs.
Yes, absolutely. Is there a way to publish the interactive dashboard to my own domain?
Okay, that's another interesting question. I think
Mm-hmm.
we do not have a way to publish your dashboard onto your domain, but as I was saying in our product roadmap, we are working on to create an embeddable version of your dashboard, so that you will be able to generate the dashboard and easily embed the dashboard in your, for example, WordPress or any other domain or website wherever you want it to. Right now, the solution is to create a public link. So you can always create a public link right now, which you can share it with your colleagues or any other users.
Yep, absolutely. The publish to web feature will probably be your best bet for now until we add that on. Let's see. Can Bricks compare old data and new updated data and provide an analysis? Yes, short answer is yes. So Anshul, yeah, Anshul, I think feel free to add on, but I think Anshul has demoed whatever you can think of prompts, you can try that out with our Bricks AI, and they will be able to make those comparisons for you and help you edit and customize your data like that.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Let's see. Do you offer office hours to help people? Oh, that's an interesting question. So as of right now, we have a bunch of different help channels. I will show you that shortly at the end, but you are able to connect with us. So I'll just show you actually really quickly here. When you're on our product, you can hit help. And then here you have the option of starting a conversation with us, or and that will like actually get connected to somebody within our team. And if you have any questions, you can also join any of our webinars coming up. And within that webinars, we'll have the same kind of format where we'll do Q&A and try to answer your questions in real time. But I'd say if you need any help, please feel free to reach out to us here, or any of the other channels that I will be talking about shortly.
That's
Yes. Okay. We are really close to the end, so unfortunately, we do have to cut our Q&A short. We do apologize. I also just remembered I forgot to launch a poll. I'm so sorry, but I'm gonna hit launch right now. If you have a couple of seconds, please do help us answer this, because whatever you answer on our poll will actually help us shape our product roadmap and what upcoming features will come up. So please do take some time to do that poll. And I am just going to wrap up really quickly. So as promised in our webinar invite, we actually have a special offer for our webinar attendees today. We're offering 50% off our Pro plan. You'll be getting more information on the discount details in the follow-up email past the post-webinar. And within that same email, you'll also be getting the webinar recording in case you want to refer back or anything like that. If you do have any more questions, as I mentioned, please feel free to reach out using help in Bricks, just as I showed you on screen just now, or you can reach out on support on our marketing website or join our Discord community. As I mentioned, we're a small team, but we really do prioritize our users. So whenever you reach out to us on help, there will be a real human being talking to you. We don't use chatbots, which is super nice.
absolutely.
Yes. So, wow, thank you. Everybody is really quick with the poll answers. Okay, I will yeah, leave that up for a little bit longer in case anybody wants to finish that up. But Angela, if you have anything else to add?
Absolutely. I think we covered a lot. And as you
Hmm.
mentioned, if any of the questions we are not able to cover in this particular webinar, feel free to drop a message using the help section, and one of us will be able to directly help you out over there.
Yes. Absolutely. And yeah, so Angela and I will probably stay on for a little bit longer in case you want to enter that poll and finish that off. But otherwise, thank you very much for joining us today. We're really excited to see what you'll be creating with Bricks, and hopefully we'll see you in our next webinar.
Thank you so much, everyone.
Thank you. Thank you. No worries. Everybody is so nice on the chat, Angela. Yeah, so we hope to see you guys again.
Great.
Okay, I think now is a good time to end the poll, and then I will also end the webinar. Thank you, everybody.
Okay. Thanks, everyone. Bye.
Bye.